Hi guys, this is Craig Griffiths from SearchUp, and this video is titled 5 Ways to Track Your Dental SEO Campaign. So, bit of an intro. What I'm going to do is cover in this video, I'm going to cover why SEO is important for dentists. I'm going to say why I'm creating this video, and then I'm going to tell you 5 ways to tell if your dental SEO is working. So first up, why SEO for dentists? SEO is no longer just for big businesses like it used to be. It used to just be for big corporations, big e-commerce stores, people with millions and millions and millions of pounds of marketing budget, but no more. And this is since 2014, Google released the Pigeon update, which increased the need for all businesses to have a local search strategy. People are searching for local businesses online, and studies by Bright Local, who are a big player in the local search tool market, have shown that as high as 97% of people actually search for local businesses, just like dentists, online. And more than half of Google's searches come from mobile devices, which is interesting when you find out that over half of these mobile searches are actually someone looking for local information and businesses. Now, I'm not the best at maths, but if half of all searches are done on a mobile device and half of those searches are someone looking for local information and businesses, then this means that around 25% of all searches done online are someone looking for local businesses or information. So don't you want a slice of that? Pretty obvious, you do. So this is why it's so important for your dental practice to be ranking in the Google Map Pack and also in the organic search results. Now, I'm just going to show you on Chrome the difference between the map pack and the organic search results. So I'll just jump into Chrome, and basically, if I search dentist, we're going to get, this is basically taking location into account because Google loves personalization and etc. So this is the map pack. You want to be here, and you also want to be here. Now you can add a location to that. So dentist, for example, dentist Stoke-on-Trent, and it will still show you the map pack and also the organic listings. So there's the difference. So back to the presentation. So why am I creating this video? People think that SEO is and can be incredibly difficult to understand. Internet marketing in general can be incredibly shady as an industry. You probably get emails, dear sir / madam, do you want to buy $99 a month SEO services, etc. We all get it, I get it. But in fact, one of the most common problems we see when people switch to us from another SEO company is that nothing's ever been explained to them and they can't tell if they're getting a good return on their spend. So if you're running a dental practice and have recently employed an agency to help with your SEO, you need to know that the agency is actually earning the keep. And sadly, it's not always easy to see if the work that's happening is actually helping you reach more patients. But a lot goes into an SEO campaign, so there isn't really one single metric to tell if the campaign's working or not. So I'm going to run through 5 things you can check to get a better understanding of whether your dental SEO campaign is working or not. I'll run you through each thing on the slide, and then I'll show you how to do it in the browser. So number 1, explore your analytics data, what you need. So before we get into it, you need to make sure that you've got a way to track what's actually happening on your site. Google Analytics is an amazing tool, and it's the most common tool of choice to track your website stats. You can get that by going to analytics.google.com. It's very easy to install if you haven't already got it. Regardless of which analytics tool you're using, it's important to use one because it's going to be important in evaluating the performance of your dental practice's site. And a lot of things we're going to cover in this video will rely on using it to mine for data. So make sure you keep track of progress because you can't improve what you aren't tracking. We're also going to need a backlink checker. I like to use Ahrefs, which I'll put a link to in the description. It's by far the best. It's got the most data available, and there's also a free trial, which is good, and that's ahrefs.com. So first up, measuring your organic traffic. You need to work out how much organic traffic you're getting. Organic traffic is traffic from search engines. Because of that, it's one of the best ways you can tell if your campaign is working. Because if it's working, your organic traffic will, of course, increase over time. To find out your organic traffic amount, if you pop over to Google Analytics, click on Acquisition, and then click Overview, it'll then show you a table breaking down your traffic by type. And you can also compare it to the previous month or period, whichever you decide to choose. So you can check the weekly or whatever, by clicking the date and then compare to previous period. So once you've got the figure, you can note it down in a spreadsheet, and then you can keep track of it on a monthly basis. So here's how you do that in analytics. So if we jump over to analytics, and then go to acquisition, overview, and then we can find social, direct, organic. So you can note that down. I'll just pop into a client's account of ours to show you with some big stats. So acquisition, overview, go down to the table, organic search, note that down. And then if you want to compare it to a previous period, you click the date and then compare to previous period, and then it will compare it. And as you can see, for this particular client, the organic search is up over 25% from the previous period. So yeah, that's how you do that. Make a note of it, put it in your spreadsheet, then we can keep track of it month on month. So back to the presentation. The next thing we're going to be checking is referral visits. Now, referral visits are visitors that have come to your site from a link on another site, so directories, forums, guest posts, etc. It's a good indicator of whether you're gaining quality backlinks, as quality backlinks not only improve your rankings, but also drive traffic to your site and hopefully sales. So a great way to figure out if your social media campaign's working is through referrals, as it also records these. You can check your referral traffic in Google Analytics pretty simply by clicking acquisition, all traffic, and then referrals. This table will show you a table of your referral sources. So I'm going to show you how to do that now in Analytics. So acquisition, we're already in there, all traffic, referrals. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the comparison off because it's not really going to help me to show you this. It'll just add more stuff to it. So as you can see, there's visits coming from Facebook, directories, different search engines, etc. So yeah, you can make a note of this and then also add that to your spreadsheet, and then you can track it. So now we're going to talk about backlinks. As well as looking at the number of referral visits you get, you should also take a look at how many backlinks you've got. We use a variety of tools for this, but as I've said before, we found that Ahrefs is the best. If you aren't sure what backlinks are, I've created a short overview video, and I'm going to pop a link to it in the description box so you can check it out. But basically, backlinks are the #1 ranking factor in Google for anything competitive. And it's basically a link from another site. And Google sees this as votes of confidence for your website and ranks you accordingly. As well as checking your backlinks using tools like Ahrefs, you can get some backlink information in Google Webmaster Tools. Sadly, they don't show you it all. I'm not sure why. And you can get this information by clicking search traffic and then links to your site. Once in here, you need to click more under who links the most, and then you have to click download latest links and also download more sample links. And here's how you can do it in Ahrefs and Google Webmaster Tools. So I'll first do it in Webmaster Tools. So you'll probably just have one property in ebook because we've got a lot of clients. I'll just do on ours. So search traffic and links to your site, and then under who links the most, click more, and then you can click download latest links and also download more sample links. And I'll just show you what it looks like as a example. So you'll open up the CSV. It'll show you the link that you've got. So these are all places where you've got where there's a link to your site, and it'll show you the date that the link was first discovered by Google. So, and then in Ahrefs, we go over to it because hopefully you've signed up for the free trial. And then pop in your website, and you just literally just click on backlinks. And you can check out all the backlinks it's picked up for your website. And if you click new, you can start to filter them by how recent they are. Here we go. So you can do 7 days, 30, 60 days. You can just check. It's a good way to see if you're getting links that you don't really want as well. But anyway, yeah, that's how to do it in Webmaster Tools and Ahrefs. So I'll jump back into the presentation, and now we're going to talk about rankings. So it might seem obvious, but the gist of it is a lot of dentists we talk to don't check their rankings, and they just blindly believe what their agency's telling them. And there are lots of ways you can check your rankings using tools online. We use a tool called Agency Analytics, which is a great tool and a great dashboard, but if you aren't likely to need something as expensive or feature-packed. SERP Lab, which is www.serplab.co.uk, is a free rank tracking tool, and we find it's actually more accurate than a lot of the paid tools. And the free plan, there's paid plans available, but the free plan will give you daily rank updates, which is all you should need. And here's how you can do that in SERP Lab. So if you go to SERP Lab and make an account, which is very easy to do, it's literally just putting your name and your email and confirming it. And then when you log in, you can create a new project, put the project name, so it'd be some, your dental practice, obviously with your dental practice names there. You just put your domain in, and you don't need to put www or HTTP or HTTPS. You can click add keywords in bulk, and then you can just start putting your keywords in. So if you're a dentist in Stoke-on-Trent, you want to see if you're ranking for dentist Stoke-on-Trent. Maybe braces Stoke-on-Trent. And then what you want to do is you want to select your Google region. So .com is going to be global, but I want to track, for this specific thing, I want to track United Kingdom. So you select that, you click add project. And then what this does is it creates you a new project. So you jump into there. It's currently in progress. It's going to tell you the keyword. It's going to show you where you currently are, where you were when you first started. And it's going to update every single day. So it's good to check. You can check it every day if you want. It's good to not get too obsessed with it. So that's how you can track your rankings. Now we're going to talk about popular pages. So quite often you'll be wanting to focus your SEO efforts on specific pages, such as different services like teeth whitening, Invisalign braces, etc. This is something you can easily track in Google Analytics. And to do, you just have to click behavior, site content, and then landing pages. And here's how you do it. So what this is going to do is showing us what people are landing on the page, what page people are landing on the site. And then you can see if the ones that you want people to be landing on are there. So it'd be sort of like your home page for people looking for dentists in the area, an Invisalign page, a teeth whitening page, etc. So that's really easy to do. So back to the presentation. Now we're going to talk about conversions, because having a lot of traffic is great, but if it's not converting into patients, then there's really no point. There's many things that you can track on your website. So contact form fills, click to call actions on mobiles, email address clicks, newsletter subscriptions, etc. This can be tracked using Google Tag Manager, which is tagmanager.google.com. But to share to that would be a whole other series of videos in itself. So if you've already got an SEO agency that's working on your campaign, make sure that they're tracking them and reporting on them, because so many don't, because a lot of them haven't got a clue how to do it. So now we're going to talk about setting expectations. SEO for dental practice isn't easy. You need to have realistic expectations due to how competitive the industry is. So with SEO, you have to think long term. It's an investment in your business. It's not just a cost. Often you'll experience quick results, but you must be aware it can take 6 months or so before you start to see a positive return. So how long it takes to see a positive return depends on a lot of things. So it depends on how competent your SEO provider is, and also how competitive the market is. As an example, it'd be much harder to rank for dentist terms in London than it would be in somewhere small like Newcastle-under-Lyme. SEO doesn't stop. If you think about it, is your competition, the largest dental practice in the city, going to stop their online marketing? I highly doubt it. So you need to keep on top of it. Once you hit the top, People will be gunning for you and they will be trying to overtake you. It's not something to do for a few months. You need to keep doing it. So let's talk about competition and volume. All websites are different, and the success of your campaign will depend on the niche area of dentistry that you want to target. Larger markets will no doubt have more competition, so general kind of markets, and this makes it more difficult for your practice to climb the rankings. As well as this, the areas you want to target may not have a lot of people searching for it on a regular basis, so it could take longer for you to see measurable difference in revenue. So obviously there's going to be more people searching for things in London than there is in Newcastle-under-Lyme. Because of this, it's incredibly important to make sure you're targeting the right keywords and phrases, and to make sure they have a high volume of monthly searches, which is another topic. I'll put our keyword research guide in the description for you to check out. So putting all this together, so far we've covered some things that will give you an indication of how your SEO campaign's doing. Now you just need to put it all together. If you regularly track all of this and keep track of it, you'll be able to measure whether your traffic has grown over time. And by the end of the first year, you should typically find that the business that you've generated from the campaign far outweighs how much you've spent. With SEO for dentists, you generally get what you put in there, and it can take a lot of effort to rank higher in this competitive industry. So you need to decide whether you're serious about investing in the growth of your practice. So to finish off, evaluating your return on investment after 1 year. SEO is often seen as a mystery, but it really doesn't have to be. If you use what's been described in the video to get a picture of how your SEO campaign's performing, and then you'll be able to see if it's been worth it. So here's what we've covered and what you should be checking. So organic search, which is traffic from search engines, referral traffic, which is traffic from other websites and social media, the amount of quality backlinks your site has, the rankings of your site for target keywords and phrases, the performance of the pages you want to target, and of course, conversions from organic traffic. To conclude, you've now got the information needed to check whether your SEO campaign is working for your dental practice. I hope the video has been informational. I hope it helps. And if you've got any questions, feel free to send us a message, either on our site, via email, Facebook, LinkedIn, however you want to do it. We'll be happy to help out. But yeah, this isn't a definitive guide to checking your campaign, but it's a good way for non-SEOs to check some key metrics. Once a year's passed, you'll be able to look back at your spreadsheet and work out whether it's improved your business.